We all have our reasons why clutter gathers where it does in our homes. My kitchen island is a clutter magnet. It speaks to our habits. It speaks to having maybe too much stuff sometimes. Not having a permanent home for stuff. It just ends up on that island here until someone decides where it lives in our home. My counter has looked like this for about a week and a half, and I know that because I was going to make limoncello tiramisu for my parents when they were here a week and a half ago, and the ingredients are still on the counter because I never got around to making it. After I cleared off my kitchen counter, I realized how magnetic this counter becomes when something gets put on it. So I've captured it all in a tray, the stuff that's remaining, and I thought it would make a great video to talk about clutter being magnetic. Good morning. The sun is shining here in Annapolis, Maryland, and I'm having my coffee with you this morning. I thought we might chat about how clutter is magnetic. I talked about it many moons ago when I was going through my journals and getting rid of 25 journals, and how magnetic my journal clutter had become. All of the highlighters and the markers and the stickers and the materials that go along with the journaling habit, how it had become magnetic, and that I could recognize that throughout the rest of my house. And I say and I haven't introduced myself. Hi, my name is Erica Lucas. I'm a minimalish minimalist, and I'm married to a Navy commander. We have 3 kids. We homeschool. I have been exploring minimalism for the last 2.5 years. Once a surface in my house has something on it, like the kitchen counter, the dining room table, my desk, something like that, clutter then magnetizes to that item that doesn't belong, that's in the wrong spot. It's like an open invitation for other things to also go on the kitchen counter and cluster there. I guess about a year ago, I really set myself and my husband a goal of not putting anything on the kitchen island at any time. And that actually lasted for several months. We were able to maintain that on a daily basis for several months. And the last several months have that's not been true. And most days it's got something on it. Clutter is magnetic, and we give ourselves permission to allow clutter on the kitchen counter once we put one thing on there. Then it's 10 things that are on there. And then a day passes and there's more stuff on there. And the kids put stuff on there. And my husband puts stuff on there. And I put stuff on there. And I realized that having a clear kitchen counter may not be an achievable goal at this stage of life for my family. And why? Because we live here. We live here. And the big giant kitchen island begs to have something on it. When it's clear, I love the feeling of it, but I know it's going to get junked up, and I want a bowl of fruit on there or something. So my sunscreen is from Native. It's a close-up of my skin, like you could see the sunscreen or something, but anyway, it's so light. Native's sunscreen is a mineral sunscreen. It is a reef-safe, broad-spectrum sunscreen made with 100% zinc oxide. It is lightweight, absorbs quickly, and does not leave any residue on my face. It's designed to be worn under makeup with a matte finish. So when you put it on, you don't look like you have anything on, and then you put your makeup on top of it. It has an SPF 30 coverage and protects you from UVA and UVB sun rays. I chose the unscented one, but they also have coconut and pineapple. It's not greasy. It is not sticky at all. It is hydrating. It's a moisturizing formula with avocado oil and vitamin E. Sunscreen is so important. If you're not wearing sunscreen at any age, I urge you to start wearing it. You can get 30% off using my linking code below. It's normally $36. You can get it for $25. Thank you to Native for sponsoring this video. I was reading Marla Quinn Smith's new book, Welcome Home. I'll put a picture up here for you and a link down below. I was reading her new book, and it's divided into seasons. The book is just dense with tips for acknowledging your stuff, but still being open to guests, and that your house doesn't need to be perfect to host or to have a friend over. That you're saying, my friendship with you is more important than how you feel about my stuff, my unfinished projects, my clutter. And that really struck home with me. And then in the spring section, the book is divided into seasons. In the spring section, she talked about that kitchen counter that she has, but she has a tray or a basket on any surface. And the way she talked about clutter on her counters was that it's going to happen. You live a life, you have a family, it's going to happen. But if you provide a basket or a tray to collect the clutter, you're giving permission for something to be there, for your life to be lived. And then you deal with it when the tray is too full or the basket is too full, or you're in the mood to deal with it. And that goes back to setting a boundary for your stuff, which we've talked about on this channel before too. That if you have a boundary or just a way to capture it, it doesn't feel like clutter. It feels more intentional. And so that's something that I am doing on my kitchen counter now. I have a wooden tray that I use to capture clutter. And when I tidy up the kitchen each day, I just put some things where they belong. But it feels more purposeful and less cluttery, less junky than just having a ton of stuff on my kitchen counter. And when I think about it, it's really down to the habit of putting things away, right? That's how you solve it, the habit of putting things away, but also creating a system for your life and for the little pockets of your day where I'm not going to go put this away right now. I'm not going to walk up a flight of stairs and traipse through 3 rooms to go put this away right now. I'm just not. I'm going to put it on the kitchen counter and do it later, and then you don't do it later. So the tray or the basket on your kitchen counter is a great way to just collect those items and make them seem purposeful, give them a temporary home instead of a permanent home. It's kind of like a lazy way of doing it, but you're going to put it on the kitchen counter anyway if you're anything like me. So you're giving it a purpose. You're giving it a purposeful home for a couple of days until you get around to putting it away. I'll leave a link below for a blog post about 21 reasons that we have clutter these days and 5 ways that you can quickly organize or get rid of your clutter. Have a lovely day.